can I retire at 55? I want to retire early. How do I do it? Well, the first way you do it is through the rule of 55. Now, I've talked extensively about the rule of 55 on this channel. I have used the rule of 55 for my clients. I love the rule of 55. But there's some caveats to it, and you have to understand it completely. So the rule of 55 says if you have a current 401k at your job and you are 55 years or older, you can actually use your current 401k for retirement income without a penalty. So if you turn 55 in March of this year and you say, you know what, I want to retire, you can actually use that current 401k for retirement income. You can use it to live off of under the age of 59 and a half, and you won't pay a 10% penalty. Now, you will pay taxes, but you will not pay a penalty. But here's the thing most people don't think about. This does not include your old 401ks. This does not include your IRAs that are at your brokerage account. It only includes your current 401k. Well, what if you are like most Americans and you've switched jobs 6 or 7 times throughout your career and you've got 4 old 401ks? Well, before you decide to retire or quit or be terminated, do a little trick. Let's say this is your current 401k. This is your current 401k. All right? And this is a basket of your old 401ks or IRAs. And you go, you know what? I want to retire at 55. But if you touch this money, this old 401ks and IRAs, and you're under the age of 59 and a half, you're going to pay a 10% penalty along with your taxes. And if you have your current 401k, but your income coming out of this won't make it to 59 and a half, meaning there's not enough money in here to sustain you so you can start using this money over the age of 59 and a half, what are you going to do? You almost feel stuck. You're like, well, I guess I can just take it out of here and get the 10% penalty. No, here's the tip. Take this money and reverse rollover into your current 401k. Now, you have to talk to your plan administrator to make sure they allow you to do that. A lot of 401ks I work with, they do allow you to do a reverse rollover. And now you've got enough money in your current 401k. Now, you got to do this before you quit or get terminated or retire. But now you've got enough money in your current 401k to hopefully bridge the gap to Social Security and the rest of your retirement. Again, it's why you want to have a retirement income plan. You want to understand your strategies. Maybe you don't have to do this. Maybe the current 401k, if you've done your homework, if you have a financial EKG, will allow you to get to 60, and then you can start using this money over here for retirement income. But you don't know that unless you have a retirement income plan. All right, so what's the other option? So you're under the age of 59 and a half. You are 55 years old, or you're 52, you're asking, can I retire at 55? What's the other option? Well, let's leave this money up here. We've got our current 401k, and we've got old 401ks and IRAs. And let's just assume for practical purposes that the current 401k will not allow you to do a reverse rollover. What are you going to do? You want to retire at 55? All your money's in 401ks and IRAs. What do? Well, you can do what they call a 72T. Now, a 72T is a special tax provision in the IRS code that allows you to set up substantially equal periodic payments from your IRA or from multiple IRAs and use that money for retirement income without the 10% penalty. Now, here's the stipulation, because the IRS giveth and the IRS taketh away. The stipulation is you have to do it for 5 years or 59 and a half, whichever is longer. So if you're doing retirement planning at 50 and you're saying, I'm going to retire at 50 and I'm going to use a 72T, you've got to do a 72T for 10 years. All right? Now, if your age is 55, right, and you want to do a 72T, you only have to do it 5 years. 5 years or age 59 and a half, whichever is longer, right? So we look at our 72T and we ask ourselves, does it make sense to do this? Now, 72Ts can be updated on an annual basis. There's 3 different schedules that the IRS allows you to do when it comes to a 72T. I'm not going to get into those 3 different schedules, but they can be updated on an annual basis based on market fluctuations. It's a 12/31 value of your account in the previous year. There's a lot that goes into a 72T. Make sure you talk to your CPA, your tax accountant, or call me. Again, we want to have a retirement income plan to understand how do we need to designate our IRA assets, because if we're going to use a 72T to do a can I retire at 55, we want to make sure it's set up appropriately perfect, right? We want to make sure it's set up right, because here's the reason. With a 72T, the IRS says this: we're not going to penalize you if you take substantially equal periodic payments out of your IRA for the allotted time frame. But if you screw it up, we're going to penalize you 10%. Not just in the year that you screwed it up, but for every year that you took a 72T payment. So if you've been doing a 72T for 7 years and you screw it up in the eighth year, the IRS says, give us that 10% penalty for 8 years right now. So it's very important, if you're doing a 72T, to do it right.